and happy weekend, all right? And I hope that everybody had a week. And I'm going to say a week because I know it's been 2020 started out with heavy energy, right? And as you guys know, I have my mom and friends and family in Puerto Rico. They've had a lot of earthquakes nonstop. I have clients and friends in Australia. So we're feeling this shift. And then we have this full moon in Cancer, which is quite the very emotional moon. So before we get started, I just want to say and ask you guys, how are you guys? Let's just not do the hair talk today. But this week for me personally has been one of ups and downs. I've had to stop and ask myself what it is that I needed. I was filled with anxiety for the first part of the week, listening and hearing about the fires and then the earthquakes. So I really had to bring myself into center. And what I realized is that it's okay, I always tell people it's okay to have whatever day we're having. Everything's transient, everything always moves. So we really have to focus on nurturing ourselves, especially if you're out there, sending people good vibes, helping people, being an ear so people can vent. You also have to come back to center and regain your batteries and recharge, right? We need a little bit more. What I've noticed this week is, even though I am stuffed with crystals, I have crystals everywhere and on myself. I need a breath work more than crystals this week, if you know what I mean. So breathing has been my therapy this week, breathing and tarot and itself. So today we are pulling out cards from the messages from the Light Meditation deck. And I brought this to the shop, and I brought a few newer decks to the shop as well. But I wanted to use a deck that kind of speaks a little bit softly, but also puts everything in perspective for us. I feel that we are in much need of nurturing energy, compassionate energy, a lot of self-love, and most of all, being very patient with ourselves and accepting that, everything will pass, and that instead of labeling things as good or bad, we just have to see it as neutral. And that we will make it through it, right? So it's really time to keep the hopes up. My whole altar has been full of candles this week, right? So I'm really just holding space for anybody that needs it at this time. So if you find yourself watching this video, whether it's on a Sunday, Saturday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe weeks after this energy has passed and you really need some space, just let me know and I will gladly hold space for you as well. So let's go ahead and begin. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull out some cards. So we're going to pull out 5 cards this week. And we're going to go ahead and flip them over. And I'm actually quite very happy with what I'm seeing. So we're going to start with the first card. So we see listening. And the beautiful thing is that they have a candle inside a Zen bowl or a Tibetan singing bowl. So this is all about the vibrations. When we see this card, this is kind of asking us to listen beyond the human sounds, right? What we see here is, instead of focusing our attention into that ego that may be saying, this is too much, I'm exhausted, I'm not going to get through this. This is all about listening with our energy instead of with our physical senses, if you know what I mean. Right now, you really want to sit in your stillness and listen to yourself. Almost kind of what I did this week. I stripped down in the cold weather. I sat in front of my Buddha outside and I asked myself in tears, what do I need, right? So this is a lot to do with listening to yourself. What is it that you need at this time, right? Because especially in the time that we're giving our energy and we're helping, we tend to put ourselves last. We tend to put ourselves in the back burner. So definitely this week, take a moment, ask yourself, what is it that I need, right? Now the next one, look how powerful this is. we have the light worker card, right? So the light worker is putting you in that position that you're obviously sending energy out. Not only are you sending energy out, which is what light workers do, we help other people, but at the same time, we're also extra sensitive. So when we see this card, it is also saying, keep yourself as focused and grounded as you possibly can. The goal here this coming week is to stay grounded. It's not so much to finding an answer, finding a solution, bringing something into completion. Right now, this is not the energy that we're looking at. Right now, our main focus needs to be us staying grounded. So I can be of service, but I could also, recharge if I need to. So seeing this is a lot of healing going out there. But at the same time that we're putting it out, we also have to bring it in. The next one that we see, and I love that we got the nature card right after our light worker card, is the nature card. Nature is like that pentacle element, that earth element in tarot. So when we see nature, is really time to not just go out in nature, because like here you could be full of ice and snow, but this is working on becoming grounded. So we see the energy is continuing, stay grounded, recharge yourself. The three cards are kind of saying the same thing. When you go out in nature, you become one with it. You feel the vibration. You kind of can bring yourself into center. So right now, once again, working a lot with smoky quartz, with amethyst, with selenite, and smudging your home. You don't have to use sage. You can burn rosemary. You could burn the star of anise. You can work different things into your environment, and basically not only cleanse ourselves, but cleanse our home, if that makes sense. Because if I'm at home and I'm feeling distressed and I'm depressed or I'm anxious, it's spreading all over, right? So let's focus on cleansing and bringing that grounding in. Now, the next one that we're seeing is guidance. So right now you want to reach deep within yourself and find the guidance that you need. Instead of going outwards, go inwards. Ask yourself, what do I need to do? This is time of divination. So maybe light your candle and use your flame as scrying. Maybe work with your candle flame to find an answer. Maybe work with meditation. Maybe work with shamanic journeying if you know how to do that, or just sit in your stillness. Pull out your tarot, pull out your oracle. Really trust your gut when you hold those cards. Don't reach for the book quite yet, right? When I teach people how to trust their intuition, is hold the card, see what it's telling you. And right now, the guidance that you need comes from within, because all the energy that is around us is a little bit overwhelming. So if I start looking for guidance around me, I may get overwhelmed myself, right? So instead of going outside, I'm gonna go within, and I'm gonna kind of communicate with my spirit and see what is my next move. Now, we're still seeing this, right? And it's kind of amazing how we have the letting go card, and we are in this crazy energy. I love the letting go card, because while we're in this chaos of change, that change, that shaking that's happening underneath our feet is almost a sign that's saying that we are ready to let go of something. Do we believe it ourselves? No. Do we anytime believe that we're ready to heal something? No. But what I tell people is, when the universe constantly sends you the same situation, maybe it's sending you synchronicity, the universe is telling us that we're ready to let go. We're ready to heal something. Now remember, in healing, we don't have a specific time that we need to take in healing. It could take a whole lifetime. The point is that we're doing it, right? So letting go is letting go of anything that comes internally that's maybe acting like a blockage. It's not about letting go of fears and being fearless and all of that. It's more about embracing them. If I'm afraid of something, but I really want something, I'm going to embrace the fear. And I'm going to say, I understand that you're here, but I'm going to do this, right? If I have anxiety about something, I want to go within and see what's making this anxiety happen, right? So letting go is letting go, not just that, but the expectations that we place. Expectations are major heartbreakers, and we put expectations in everything. We don't mean to do it, but we're only human, right? We're spirit in human form. So I do like the cards for this week. See why I chose to use this deck. A lot of people were writing me about this deck because I placed a few of these decks in the shop last night, and people were like, use that deck for meditation. And honestly, I've never used the deck for meditation. I use this deck for readings, and it is one of my favorite ones to go to, especially if we're in need of just softer energy. You know, I know that everybody calls me the queen of no sugarcoat readings, and I will say it to your face, and that's perfect. But a lot of times I also know when we also need compassion. We need truth through compassion, right? So right now we're just gonna pull out our last card, and it is from the new deck, the Starseed Oracle. And it just came out, and it's the sister deck of the Starseed Tarot. And our card for next week is the double mission card. So it's the Lightworker Starseed, right? Serve the world by being you. I love that we have the Lightworker Starseed card, and we also got the Lightworker card in the other deck. So what this means is putting your purpose right now, right? Which is being a light in other people's darkness, but also using the light from within you to shine it in your dark moments, because we know that we're basically in the middle of shadow work season. So what we see here is I'm going to let go of the expectations that people have placed on me, and I'm going to serve the world and be true to the world by being myself. If I am myself, I can help people more because I'm not going exhausted about pretending to be something I'm not. So seeing this is understanding that there is a double mission. The double mission here is learning my lesson as well as helping others through life. You don't want to pick them up. You don't want to grab their burdens for them. You want to be that lighthouse. You want to be the beacon, but you don't want to be their electrical outlet. That's what my grandmother always said, right? So I know that we will get through this. If you're having a rough time, my heart goes out to you. If you guys ever need a candle lit for you guys, just write me, send me a message. I make candles, right? That's what I do. And I have hundreds of tea lights that I literally have dressed for open intent, and every time somebody reaches out to me, I will light a candle for them. It doesn't cost you anything. And I am basically just trying to remind everybody, including myself, that we will make it through this. 2020 just started. Let's not get so negative about it. Let's try to see the beauty behind it. Every time there is change, every time we're thrown out from our comfort zone, we don't like it, but that's where the beauty comes, right? Now, so we're gonna take a look at the cosmic energy from January 13th to January 19th. So on Monday, January 13th, the Capricorn Sun catches up with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, adding weight to last week's serious trends. Later that same day, Venus shifts from head-centered Aquarius to heart-centered and emotionally sensitive Pisces. With Venus trending in Pisces for the next 4 weeks, it will be natural to feel more compassionate and vulnerable than usual, right? So remember, breathing, like we talked about, breathing is going to be our therapy and our best friend. So Wednesday, January 15th is the best day of the week for getting things done, because that's when the sun and the moon are in perfect harmony in practical earth signs. So on Thursday, January 16th, Mercury moves into hyperactive Aquarius for the next 3 weeks. Because the mind is super intuitive under Aquarius, thoughts are moving at warp speed and communications run the gamut from brilliant to bizarre, right? So definitely tune into your intuition and trust yourself like the guidance card told us to do. What we want to be is if Wednesday feels like a really good day for you, take a day for yourself, get things done, whatever we have to do. We see that heavy energy continuing into next week. This is why I said breathing exercises, meditation, dancing, shaking your body, singing at the top of your lungs, whatever works for you, get into that. The goal is to stay grounded. It's not to figure anything out right now. It's just to stay grounded, right? So I hope that we all have an amazing week. Next week and every week, and I will see you again on January 20th for our reading from the 20th to the 26th. If you guys want to schedule a reading, I have a few openings left for April. I am booked until then, but that is a good thing. Ask anybody. The readings always fall at the right moment. You can book your reading at www.lightwitchtarotshop.com. You can get your ritual candles are always 100% soy organic wax. We don't use paraffin or anything like that. You can get your talismans, your teas, whatever it is. Everything is crafted here by me, and it's packed by my husband, and our website is run by Brad, right, which is the tech wizard. So it's just a very small shop. Thankfully, we've stayed ahead, right, for the last 24 years. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me any messages. So lots of love and light and just real energy to you guys, and blessed be. Bye-bye.